This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
Well, we're just hours away from the first home game for the St. Louis City SC. And 5 on Your Side's Corey Miller is live at City Park ahead of the big match. Corey, what can we expect?
Well, Brent, we're still over 2.5 hours away from kickoff, and this place is already rocking. Let me step out and get a look. The Loof Youth Plaza, absolutely packed out here, and for good reason. It is a historic day for St. Louis sports that has been decades in the making. But while it will certainly be a party outside City Park, as you've already seen, and in the stands tonight, the team is keeping it cool on the pitch. They have a job to do after all, and want to stay undefeated after last week's big win in Austin. Here's what the team told me about keeping their emotions in check tonight.
Whether you play in front of an empty stadium, whether you play with fans, I've just managed always as a player to filter everything out, right? So you don't get caught up in that moment, because if you do...
I'll have more on the weight of this moment in St. Louis sports history coming up later in sports. But for now, with photographer Eric Voss, I'm Corey Miller outside City Park. Brent will send it back to you at the station.
You see Corey standing by? He has sports coming up. Hey, Corey, what are you working on?
Well, Brent, we are counting down the hours. It is almost time. More from City SC's home opener coming up next in sports.
The Sports Desk is brought to you by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer, 10 years running.
Well, in August of 2019, St. Louis's soccer dream finally arrived. They got an expansion team. Fast forward about 4 years later, and it's history time here at City Park. Their inaugural home opener for St. Louis City SC. This scarf just about says it all. Now think about just how historic this actually is in St. Louis. The last time we saw anything like this, the inaugural game for a top 5 professional sports franchise, was when the Rams came to town back in 1995. Of course, the fans will be fired up at City Park tonight, but the players, they know how special this is as well.
Yeah, this will be a really special moment. You just don't ask me, and it's just like crazy feeling. We are waiting for this moment a long time, and we are really excited to meet our fans and play the first game here in St. Louis.
Of course, that was Klaus, the man who scored the deciding goal last week in that win against Austin FC on the road. Now, there's a lot of excitement because it's the first game, but they also want to win, of course. They're trying to start a winning streak. Now, the team told me earlier this week that they're not worried about Charlotte FC. They're the opponents tonight. They were an expansion team last year themselves. That first win not only fired up the City fan base, it showed the league this team won't be a pushover in their first year. But in-house, expectations stay the same.
That's all we've done, is played one match, right? So we can dream and forecast and predict and plan, but yeah, there's 34 games in this season, right? There's Open Cups, there's Leagues Cups, so there's a lot of opportunities for us to get it right and wrong.
Before the game in Austin, nobody expected nothing from us. Now the expectations are higher from outside, but I'm confident in our team, in the club, and so I'm just looking forward to play in front of our fans.
Here's your daily Jordan Walker update from Jupiter, and it was quite the day against the Washington Nationals. Walker hit 2 home runs, including this towering blast, and also added a double and an infield single showing off the speed. Nolan Gorman and Paul DeYoung went deep as well. Cards beat the Nats 9-6. Congrats to 2 new state champions. The Oakville Rockets won their 3rd state girls title this morning, beating Christopher 56-35, winning the 1A crown. It's their first title since 2000. And then Modern Day followed that up with a 62-46 win over Byron to win the 2A title. O'Fallon will try to make it 3 local champs tonight. Brent, that is the sports story from City Park with photographer Eric Voss. I'm Corey Miller. I am excited to get inside. We will send it back to the station.
And what an exciting story it is. Corey, thank you.
And we are joined by Corey Miller. And tonight, Corey, youth will be served for this squad.
You know, Frank, St. Louis loves its local sports heroes. We love them even more when they're on our local teams. Just ask David Freese and Pat Maroon how that goes. St. Louis City definitely has some flavor there, and 17-year-old Pattonville High School student Miguel Perez. Now, he's impressed so far. He saw the field last game, and he should see the field tonight as well.
Yeah, look, maybe the performance of Miggy Perez was new for you guys, but I know what Miggy can do. I'm talking with him a lot. I like him a lot, and he's always there. He knows what to do, and that's why I talk a lot with him.
I've always wanted to do that for my hometown, especially. It would be even more special. So I think that first home game, it would be amazing if I could get on the pitch.
Well, you know, Frank, it's going to be an amazing moment. Hometown kid, Caden Glover from Columbia, also another homegrown talent on here. They go to high school in the morning, they come be a pro athlete in the afternoon. Not a bad gig.
Not bad at all. So we're seeing the birth of a soccer team here tonight, but down in Jupiter, we're seeing the birth of maybe a superstar. I want you to check out what Jordan Walker did today against the Nationals. He had 2 home runs. He went 4 for 4. And the Cardinals beat the Nationals 9-6 today. But folks, this is serious business. You don't want to compare anybody to Albert Pujols, but John Mozeliak actually has. He could be special.
A couple more weeks like this, and we will have to compare him to Albert Pujols because he'll be forcing his way on this opening day roster.
All right, that's Corey Miller. I'm Frank Cusimano. Much more coverage coming up at 10 o'clock tonight. Let's send it back to the studio.
Great teamwork, guys. We're looking forward to tonight.